In this tutorial, we will show you how to make a part of a cloth rigid. First, let's load a cloth and the body matched. Now let's check the cloth. This cloth has a bag and a rod attached to the bag. Rod is certainly a standard accessory. It should be rigid. In addition, this part of the bag should also be rigid because when the whole cloth is animated, these two parts should be attached to the rod, so it should move along with the rod, so it should also be rigid. So for this cloth, we need to make the cloth not rigid. It should be adaptive to the animation, to the movement of the body, but these two parts and the rod should be rigid. Okay. So we need make these two parts rigid and the remaining part not rigid. Now let's show how to do it. First, let's select this rod and delete it because it can be attached as an accessory when dressing, so we don't need to convert it. So let's delete it. Now let's convert this cloth. First, let's merge and stitch the cloth to an isolated mesh. Okay. Now let's change to Edit Faces mode and click this button to start the cloth conversion process. Let's select this body type because this part should follow this supporting body type. Let's select this one. And then for the body parts and parameters, let's just use the default. In step 3, let's calculate and modify shape control points. Then let's show and check the modified control points. They look okay. Let's hide the modified control points. Then go to step 4. Let's calculate the skin transfer points. Now let's show and check the skin transfer points. These are the skin transfer points. If we use these skin transfer points, then the skin weights of these two parts will be propagated from their neighbor parts. Then these two parts will not be rigid. They should be soft. This is not what we want. So in order to make these two parts rigid, we need to add skin transfer points. Now let's show how to do it. First, hide the skin transfer points. Then go to the middle scene and let's select the parts we want to be rigid. This is the part. The select part we want it to be rigid, so first select it. Then go to the right scene. Then click the point, which is closest to the bone we want to attach. Let's click this one. And now click the Add Skin Transfer Points button and leave the new bone name empty. Now, let's show and check the skin transfer points again. You see, we have added skin transfer points for this point to the points of the selected parts. Okay. So the skin weights of the selected parts will be transferred from this body point, so they will be uniform. Now let's hide the skin transfer points. Let's export the skin transfer points to save it. Now let's export. Okay. Let's close this window. Then let's go to the Dress 3D tool to dress the cloth. First, let's load the character. Then, let's load the cloth we have just converted. Now let's change to Edit Faces mode. And let's check the skin weights by opening the skeleton editor. Let's show skin weights of this bone. Now you see these selected parts, these two parts, have uniform skin weights of value 1, shown by the pink color. So these two parts will be rigid and will be attached to this bone. Okay. Now let's close the skeleton editor. Then let's go to the Edit Vertices mode. and click a point of the rigid part. Okay. This is the rigid part. And then let's attach the rod to the dressed cloth. So click Open and here change it to Static Models and go to Input Rod Select. This one, no change. Also select the bone. We must use the same bone. Now this rod is attached to this one, but it looks too big. So let's go back to Edit Mesh mode. Select Rod and use Gizmo to adjust it. Click on the gizmo. Then click on this one to make it smaller. Okay. And also rotate it. Finish. Okay. Now it looks okay. Now let's check the skin weights. So again, let's go to the Edit Faces mode. Let's open the Skeleton Editor. Then let's go to this bone. Let's show skin weights of this bone. Click here. Now you see the rod and the two parts have the same uniform skin weights with value of 1. For this bone, this means these two parts will be rigged and attached to this rod. Now let's close the skeleton editor. Then let's export this. 1. Let's change to Edit Faces mode. Refresh. Let's export the whole character model. Let's export to dressed. Okay. Yes. Yes. Remove stitching faces. Yes. Okay. Let's test it. On the Maximo website, let's upload the character we have exported. Let's use it. Click Next. Now this is a character. Now let's look at the rigid part. The rod in these two parts. You see they look rigid. And all the remaining part is soft. Follows the body. Especially if you look at this part. You see this is rigid and this is soft. So this meets all the requirements. This is the end of this tutorial. Thank you.